What's up, everybody? Matt Gojeski here, back again with the Odd Shopper channel. And today we're talking college basketball bets. Round one, Friday edition. So it is part two of our first round series. Before we get started, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when this and all other content goes live. If you're on podcast, please leave a rating and review over there as well. It helps a ton. We are brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, and they have a limited time offer that you need to take advantage of. It's for first-time users where you can make a $5 deposit into your sportsbook account and then make a $5 wager on any market. And if you do this, you're going to be paid out $200 immediately, regardless of the market. And it is going to be paid out in the form of 8 $25 bonus bets. Again, this is $200 instantly into your account for new customers when you make a $5 deposit and wager. Literally too good to pass up. It's $200 to add to your March Madness bankroll. In Massachusetts, you're now live. Make sure to take advantage of this. You're in a legal state, and I couldn't be more jealous. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. The legal age for gambling in most states is 21 plus. All right, so we are recording this early. This is a Wednesday night recording, so we don't have the results from the games that have previously been played outside of Tuesday's play-ins. And this is an awesome slate. Friday is my favorite slate of any day this week so far. So let's dive right in. We're going to kick things off with Kennesaw State taking on Xavier. It's a major mismatch, as you can probably tell by the efficiency metrics on the screen. Xavier's favored, and they're favored by 12.5. I took them at minus 11.5. I'm fine with the 12.5. I don't think this is enough points. To be blunt, there's 15 seeds I'd rather face than Kennesaw State. They're a team that I am not optimistic on. And to explain why, let's just look at their conference. They play in the ASUN. The only team that's any good in that conference is Liberty. Now, Kennesaw did beat them to get the automatic bid here, which is a shame because Liberty might actually have made some noise here. But Kennesaw got the bid. Looking at their schedule, this team played a decent level of competition, except they took losses to everyone they faced. Florida, double-digit blowout. VCU, they lost by 3. San Diego State, blowout. Indiana, blowout. They only had 2 top 100 wins all year. Both of them came against Liberty. One of them should have been a loss per shot quality. And they had no other wins inside the top 150. They have 2 top 150 wins all year, both against the same team. Just an egregiously weak level of competition here for Kennesaw State. And now they're taking on a Big East team that got embarrassed in their conference tournament and should come out hungry here. You want to talk stylistic advantages? Xavier has every single one. Offense, rebounding, size, a massive size advantage. Kennesaw State has absolutely no way they're going to stop Nunji on the interior. It's a massive mismatch here. Kennesaw State is 334 in height. Xavier's 28. You want to look at some other metrics here. Turnovers, margin favors Xavier. Effective field goal percentage, Xavier's 11th in the country. That's going to be an issue for Kennesaw State. Now, Kennesaw is 63rd. Kennesaw is a good three-point shooting team. Normally, that's something I like for teams poised to maybe make upset runs. But again, Kennesaw State has done this against some of the weakest competition in the country. So I don't have a lot of faith here. I think Xavier comes back off of the loss and absolutely demolishes this Kennesaw State team, a team that I have absolutely no faith in. Sorry, guys. All right, next game. And our next 2 games are going to be really competitive games. This one, highly competitive. NC State takes on Creighton. 5-point spread, 5.5-point spread. I took this at minus 5. Creighton is a really difficult stylistic matchup for NC State. And NC State is kind of like a better version of Iowa. They're awesome on offense, but they have some defensive weaknesses. And for them, the main defensive weakness comes inside. If you look at the differences in height for these teams, NC State 76, but Creighton is 21. Like Creighton is a team that can really overpower a lot of the teams in the country, even if you do have some decent size. And the problem with NC State's size when you dive into it at a player level is you're looking at DJ Burns mainly. DJ Burns is one of the biggest foul risks among big men in the country. The guy just cannot keep his hands to himself, which is a huge issue for this team against a team in Creighton that has multiple bigs in Kaluma and Kalkbrenner. Meanwhile, on the other side, Creighton is second in the country in fouls. Like this team doesn't foul at all. So I have no worry here about Kalkbrenner, Kaluma, anyone. And then on defense, there's a major edge here towards Creighton. They're 72nd in defense. NC State is 120th, which is surprising to me with Creighton's really reluctance to foul. they're actually a team that defends pretty well here. Aside from the 2-point advantage, which is drastic, to get into the specifics, Creighton's 31st in 2-point percentage, NC State 199th defending the interior. Creighton's also awesome at shooting threes, 42nd in the country in 3-point attempts. NC State Creighton is 77th in 3-point percentage. NC State shoots a lot of threes themselves, but they don't shoot them quite as well. They're outside the top 100 in 3-point percentage here. So all this to say, a lot of ways Creighton gets it done. They can win with Shireman, Trey Alexander, Nemhard on the outside. They can win on the inside with Kaluma and Kalkbrenner. And it's just too much for Turk and Jarkel Joyner and DJ Burns to handle. Too many good players for Creighton. Last game here, we're actually going to talk a total. This might be the game I'm most excited for on Friday. Providence taking on Kentucky. 3.5-point spread. This is going to be a close game. The total is 144.5. I'm going under for this game. There's a couple of reasons why. First of all, pacing. Providence is a team that has drastically slowed their pace during conference play. You actually see the 71.4 possessions per game. That's above average. They've essentially slowed to a crawl since then, and Kentucky's already below average, 69.1 possessions per game. But not only that, the stylistics of these two teams match up well to defend each other. We know Kentucky's going to try to play through Oscar Tshiebwe. They're 82nd in the country in height. Providence is 148th, so not great, but they do have Bryce Hopkins. They have some taller players, Croswell on the interior. And the rebounding advantage that Kentucky normally has isn't going to be there. They're third in rebounding, but Providence is 10th. Overall, these teams are actually really similar to each other. On offense, Providence 22nd, Kentucky 31st. We already mentioned defense. And then from there, how these teams score is actually pretty similar too. Neither team shoots threes particularly well. They're both outside the top 100. They both don't take a lot of threes either. 315th, Kentucky, 291st for Providence. They play a lot on the inside, which is a clash of styles here. I mean, these are teams that essentially are playing similar style basketball, just battling it out against each other, playing slower, running right into the teeth of the opposing defense. Very difficult to see this one eclipsing 144.5 in my opinion. And aside from that, you have two teams that are pretty decent at taking care of the ball, so I don't think you really see a lot of points up in transition. Could see a lot of these possessions go to the end of the shot clock. Last thing to mention on Kentucky, Xavier, Wheeler, CJ Frederick, and Case and Wallace are all as healthy as they're going to be. It looks like they're going to play. I don't think that makes a huge difference. Frederick has gotten re-injured multiple times. Case and Wallace has already been back, and Xavier Wheeler was benched even before the injury. So I'm not really thinking that matters too much here. Before we head out, I want to show you guys our Odd Shopper tool quick, something that's pretty cool we have on the back end that I highly recommend you check out for March Madness. It's extremely useful. This is a Wednesday night recording, so what you're going to see on the screen here is actually a couple days dated, but it gives you an idea of what you can use for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And that's important because we have a 7-day free trial. And you want to get this as soon as possible. These are the best days of the year for betting. So the sooner you get this, the more you can use it to take advantage of the lines for these March Madness games. And not just overall game lines and totals, but player props as well. So what it does is it uses our algorithms, references all the sports books, can help you identify where lines might be moving, where there might be a stale line. And then it shows you a win percentage of these. And that's based on the sharp books across the industry. And it gives you a percent ROI. Absolutely amazing tool here. We're looking at some player props up top. But if you scroll down, you can find some totals. You can find some point spreads here. This is a tool I reference every day. And there's 16 games apiece on Thursday, Friday. Thursday behind us, but Friday today. Another 8 on Saturday, Sunday, plus the NIT. It's 7 days, and it's free. And all you have to do is click the link in the video description to check it out. Let me know in the comments what you think about these picks and any others on the board. Huge slate. I would love to hear it. If you want to reach out on Twitter, I'm at Matt_Gajeski. Until next time, which is tomorrow, good luck, everyone. We'll see you then.